Hola.
Hello.
Hey guys. Hey Angel. Long time. Brown's
Hello,
Mermaid.
everybody.
Shredder. I see cherries. Baby cakes. Hey gamer guys. Sassafras. We're back, Pamela.
Do.
All right. So how are we going to start today, guys? We're just going to debunk a rumor that might be starting. And no, no, no.
Yes, needs to be debunked ASAP.
Hey, I love snack cakes. I think
Hugs
of
back to
Twinkies.
you, Angel.
Hugs to you, Angel. Good to see you. So there's a new rumor going around. I got an email from an unknown person. It was from one of those burner emails, you know.
Yeah,
And they sent me pictures trying to say that there was a man that was over at the. I honestly can't. I couldn't decipher whether it was the visual, the birthday party, or whichever one, or the one where Pamela O went and spoke.
I don't think it's the one where Pamela O went to smoke because seeing the background of
Live.
where that person is standing, it
I'm
looks
live.
like the apartment
Okay.
complex.
Yeah. So I'm going to show you the pictures in a second. So supposedly the new that there was a man at this party. Hang on, guys. My brother-in-law just walked in, and Monkey's trying to speak to him. And supposedly he was there taking pictures of little girls.
Which is not what I take from this photo at all.
Well, we're going to look at the picture right now. Also, if you see at the bottom, guys, we have a team member who is going to go out to the property that we've been speaking about, hopefully tomorrow, and visit the. Did she say she was going to visit the police department, Kaz?
Well, um, she said that she was going to go to the property that we know about and just to suss it out, and then if anything comes from it, she is looking then at maybe going to the police. But we need to look at the property firsthand. Again, not from an aerial view or anything like that. We need to see what's going on down there.
Here's picture number one. I took out the little girl's face. But this is the man who supposedly was there taking pictures of little girls.
Yeah. And when I saw this, I'm looking where his line of vision is, and he looks like he's got a phone identical to mine. So where the camera is on the left of your screen, where you're showing at that silver dot is on the back of the phone. That is pointing towards his line of sight, not at anybody else. And you can all, yeah, double looked, I've triple looked at this. His eyes are definitely not pointed. It looks like he's watching something in a distance and he's got his phone angled at that.
And here's the other picture. See, what we're thinking is that we're thinking someone's going to try to put the blame on somebody because I think that the strings are getting tight around someone's neck, Pamela Allen. And then we have this one where he's scratching his head.
Hey Pamela, oh, how are you, doll? Better late than never.
Hey, Pamela. Well, he could be a creeper, but supposedly he is part of, he belongs there. He didn't just show up there. We know who he is. We're not going to put his name out there right now. I have left a message to get a hold of him, but he belong. It's not like he did not belong to be where he's at.
Correct.
He there was no weirdness about him being there, and I do not. And for her to say that he was taking pictures of little girls, I see one girl and I don't even see him looking at her.
No, me either.
To me, it almost looks like he's looking up at the pavilion.
Yes, I concur.
You got to remember too. Pamela is shady. We know her sidekick Shannon is shady too. We know that there's two nonprofits that are being run. She's involved in both of them. They both have criminal histories, the same criminal history, except for her friend Shannon's got one for bodily harm on a family member, and we've shown this straight from the court dockets.
What is the saying? Tough titty said the kitty, but the milk's still good.
That's right. Tough titty said the kitty. But this man right here to me looks like he's over at a celebration for Lina's birthday and he belong he it's not like he drove 20 hours or 20 miles to get there. The man belongs to be here.
He does. And we do know this. We've had it confirmed.
But we're not going to say who he is because we don't want people driving this poor man crazy, but I have left a message at the place that he works and I am waiting for him to get back to me to let him know that the rumor is going around that he is taking pictures of little girls. Could you imagine that if somebody actually taking a child and going back to the playground to take pictures, like you would have to be really completely just an imbecile.
Yeah. Especially at an event for Lena. I mean, you've either got to be really, really dumb or really, really brazen.
I agree, baby cakes. Well, that's what Lawang said. He said for everyone to bring their children required or whatever he said. It was just nuts.
Yeah, that was a. I mean, I kind of understand why he said it, so it would be more like a proper birthday party with lots of young kids. But other people have just taken that the wrong way. I understand why he said it personally.
What we need to do is we need to get out to that property. We need to be out there first thing in the morning to see the movement, and then we need to let her go to the police department, tell her the findings, and then to be able to be there when the police go back to this property.
Yeah.
Because she may not be there, she may have been there, it may be a connection through something, but that property is definitely something that ruffled Pamela's feathers.
Yes. Yeah.
So we want to get out here and
Pamela
make
Allen's
sure.
trying to. Sorry. No.
Yeah, we just want to make sure that they're not going to try to say that this poor man is out here taking pictures of little girls when he belonged there. Don't
Yeah.
even.
Yeah. That's wrong. When you try to accuse somebody else to deflect off yourself. Yes.
Angel said it makes her feel filthy.
You
Yeah,
know,
Angel, you missed a lot.
oh yeah. I mean, this kind of reminds me of when in uh, Cleo's case, where that poor guy who was at got doxxed because he had the similar name and his photos of him being out there were put out to the world, and he was there, because his daughter was in hospital sick. It
Sounds.
happens.
It sounds like your best friend Cherry.
Yeah. Baby Cakes is you want to answer that as you're a resident there. Uh he has ties there.
Yes.
He has ties there, but I wouldn't say resident and I wouldn't say and he's definitely Mexican. Would you?
Baby Cakes is also asking, is he associated with Pam?
No, what we're thinking what's going on right now that's through the grapevine is that she is trying to say that this man was at the party taking pictures of little girls like she's trying to push something in his direction. That's not going to work with us.
No.
So we have to put it out here so that if she decides that this is what she's going to try to push, that we have it documented, especially for the couple of people we're working with, because that's not going to happen. I don't know why she just can't. If Lena is still on this earth, which I have to really believe she is, just drop her off somewhere, Pamela. Just stop already.
We need this documented for the PI too.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. And hopefully this man will get back to me. And I'm going to inform him of what might be coming his way. It's not a guarantee, but this is the new rumor going around. These were the pictures that were sent in my email.
Yeah, and we don't want an innocent virtual bystander being blamed for something that they are
an email
doing.
that's not traceable.
Yeah, if you want to be upfront, be upfront.
And the email that it went to is the weirdest part. It went to my old email, monkeygirl@live. It did not go to our new email. So that was a little weird.
Yeah, that's a bit suspicious.
Yeah. But that's what we wanted to get out here today, but we need to get to the property
We do.
and check it out. Because we're talking it's a lot of property, guys. You were gonna go
Baby,
baby cakes.
how far away are you, Baby Cakes, from where this is? Are you very far away?
Hey Pamela. Hi Tim.
Oh, 10 miles away.
Interesting.
Well, if Baby Cakes is only 10 miles away from the apartment complex.
Yeah,
Baby
where you
Cakes.
Maybe she can meet up with the team member.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
maybe they can meet up. That might be actually baby cakes. Are you free during the day? Would you want to do something like that? Meet up with the team member. You guys can talk before, of course, and then go out there and scope out some property. Well, here's what we want to do. We want to have people there so that when we mention what it is, we want to see what movement's going to occur because I have a feeling some movement's going to happen.
Yeah,
And we just want to
exactly.
be able to see what's going on and not rely on any type of police or news media
No.
because Pamela's been real quiet.
Yeah, too quiet.
Very.
In the beginning, it, well, not so much her, but, Mr. Allen was quite vocal. Uh, but now everything's just gone dead quiet. And whether or not they've been told to, shut it down, keep quiet, don't say anything, and that hoping that we might go away. I've got news for them. Hey, Karma, we're not going anywhere until that little girl is back in the arms of her mum and dad.
That's right. We're not going anywhere. We're not going to let you put in little suspicions of a man that's probably recording the service. I mean, damn, he could have even have been asked to.
Yeah, we don't know. Okay, that's fair enough, baby cakes.
Yes, baby cakes. I totally agree with that. No way.
Yeah.
No way. The only other one that might want to do something like that is maybe Starseed. Maybe we should see if Starseed wants to go with the team member so the team member has somebody with her. Because there's just too much. I mean, we found out that she has a lot of last names. We found out that she has a criminal history with forgery and check fraud. We also found out that her friend, the director of her Eagles flight, is also a check frauder, about the same time she was. And her first nonprofit organization was closed because of non payment. We also know, should we pull up Pamela's thing again with the IRS? She hasn't paid in a couple of years either.
No, not since 2018, to be precise.
Yeah, let me pull that up real quick. Let's look at Pamela's thing again. I'll keep showing this every single day, Pamela. Leave the man alone. He has nothing to do with Lina's disappearance, but I'm sure you know. And still, the one thing that we cannot, everything that we can find out, the one thing that's racking my brain is I need to know how Pamela showed up at Riaz's front door. And I just can't figure it out. It's driving me nuts, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it is frustrating.
That's the $10 million question. Because if she just showed up there on her own and just walked up to the front door with her little cameras, then it's so suspect. Let's look at her thing again. Shannon Martinez. And as much as we want to call the police and bring them there, I don't trust it. I just don't trust the police.
No, and that's why we haven't said the address. So we don't want to prompt any movement. It could be any address that we're thinking of, because there are several.
Go ahead and talk for a minute. I'm looking for
Oh, sorry.
that IRS paper real quick.
Okay. Yeah. So I keep getting messages. It's all right. Yeah. These. If anybody's concerned out there about us showing that picture, don't be, because we're not going to say who it is. It could be any random person at all. We just wanted to quell the rumor that is out there that this poor gentleman is involved in something that we know he's not. He wasn't just a rando. He was meant to be there.
Yes, he was. Yes, there was nothing weird about him being there. The only weird thing, Pamela, is the fact that you're trying to put this man's name out there as being a pervert and taking pictures of children. You really are disgusting, Pamela Allen. You're just a disgusting creature. And I want your peacock too.
Yeah, because if you really look at the eye view, he's looking up and across, not to the left or to the right.
Just
He's
actually,
crazy. There's so many people there videoing that event. So we're going to accuse everybody that had a camera.
You can't. And he was just there, probably, like you said, he was probably just taking pictures of like the doves being released or the people talking, whatever it may have been. But
Exactly.
and that makes a lot of sense now. Maybe if Pamela would have left her Facebook page up with the beautiful pictures of Lina's birthday party, we could have seen what he was looking at. But no, those were all hidden and taken down.
Yeah, exactly. So you've got it up again, the Form 990s, or the lack thereof.
Yep. And here it
Yeah,
is.
2018. So, like I said in the previous live, under the rules of the IRS, for you to keep your tax exemption for a not for profit, you must lodge a Form 990N electronically. Don't have to do it in paper format every single at the end of every single tax year. And we are now past the 3 years. Hey, go, my guy, you're back. So under their criteria, 3 years and you lose your tax exemption. You're no longer a not for profit. So that's how Miss Shannon lost hers for exactly the same reason. So silly, silly, silly Pamela. Silly Pamela. Yeah, Pamela O. After what happened to you, sweetheart, there is no
Yeah,
chance
you
in
can't
hell.
go up there. You had death threats. But after all of this, the gross receipts not greater than 50,000. Is that a joke?
No, that's what the tax exemption is been approved for.
Exactly, but I'm telling you, I know, I bet you there's more than 50,000 cash going into that foundation in a year.
Well, I've seen photographs of her holding checks. You know, there's big, huge cardboard checks that are presented when the big donations made. And
Now, Kazaru, had they, if they had to file the uh, 900 easy instead, would you still see that?
yes,
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm looking, I had that picture of her holding that check. Where was it at?
any form that's lodged with the IRS is shown on their website, Karma.
I mean, guys, there's a lot of things that we want to share with you that we have. I mean, if we were one of those channels that just did everything for views and whatever, I would have put it out a long time ago. But we're holding on to like three things that we can't even mention because it ties to this property.
Yeah.
That's why we need to get somebody to this property ASAP.
Baby Cakes, you're absolutely correct. There was a $700,000 check, and there was another one of a decent amount too in the last 3 years. So, is that why she's not lodged a Form 990 because she's exceeded a 50,000 cap? Quite probably. Quite probably. Because she would have, through her registered agent, would have had to have applied even for a temporary increase in their tax exemption. They could have always gone to the IRS and said, hey, we've had a very generous donator who's given us a substantial amount of money. It's a one off. We don't expect to receive anything like this again in the future. How do we go about just for that particular tax year increasing our tax exemption on that? And another question is if she's gotten all this money, and this has been playing on my mind, she's received a considerable amount of money, over $1 million that I know about, and that's before the small donations. All the programs that she runs are government funded. The majority of her care packages are donated. Does she have overheads for the non-profit? Of course she does. She's got uh, electricity, wages, and whatnot. But when you work for a non-for-profit, the wages are supposed to be kept to the minimum. So she's
This is why we're gonna have Doug Bennett come up. Doug Bennett is the one that runs Magdalene, the sex, um, the ST where he gets the girls and gives them new life and stuff. He is running the same type of nonprofit, and he will break it down for us.
exactly.
Something is very fishy about
Well,
her. But I mean, I don't know how I can stress this enough or how we can figure this out. But if we could figure out and see an article or anything about how Pamela showed up at Riaz's front door, that would it's either gonna it's either going to verify everything I'm feeling or possibly honestly could debunk it.
exactly.
But that's I we need to figure that out. And why can't we find that? I could find your I mean, I'm up to your great grandmother. I'm checking out your family's naturalization papers from Mexico, but why can't I figure this out?
Yeah. Well, it's like the old adage, people do the videos, they put it out there for the world to see, and then they pull the videos. I know there are ways of finding even hidden videos, but you've got to know who the creator of that video was to be able to do it.
But you have to remember too, she's got people in her front pockets, her back pockets. So whatever channel, whatever media source actually filmed that, she could have told them to pull it.
Yeah, but I don't think a actual legit media source would pull it unless they got given a court order to tell them that they can't have that on the files anymore. I mean, they'd still have it in their bank of videos, but they just wouldn't have it available to view. But I know I've seen it. But I've gone through so many videos and I can't find it. I keep looking though, hoping that it will pop back up again.
Yeah,
Because
I
it
would
was
love to see that.
right in the beginning, at the end of December, like within a day or two after Lina had gone missing.
Kazaru, what was the new channel that you really like that Miss Allen did the interview on in the very beginning? Do you recall that channel's name?
Is that the mom one?
No, it wasn't on there. Oh, hang on, it could have been.
Was that the Joe Mom for the Missing or
Well, I hope
something?
it's not, because if it is on that particular channel, and again, there's a lot of things going around about that particular channel.
Yes, and that's what I was gonna bring up. Another
Yeah,
coincidence.
yeah,
And the fact that she is very good friends with outside of the business with Miss Allen.
yeah. But some of the things that I've seen that she's actually been accused of have actually, receipts have been proven that she hasn't been. So whatever's put out there by people, you've got to look into it yourself.
I know I saw a live that her husband
Who's been tweeting?
confirmed. No, that her husband did a live and he confirmed she did 1 year and
Oh
is
yeah,
on
yeah,
9 years probation.
yeah. I mean, she said that herself. I mean, she's currently in hospital. She's had a breakdown. So I
But
don't
it's
want
just
to.
the fact that she's very good friends.
But that's not been confirmed, Karma.
Uh, it has.
Oh, okay, I haven't seen anything that's been confirmed by. So if you have, oh, that's good. You'll have to let me know.
I can have the individual send that.
Okay. Okay, that'll be awesome. Hey, Nana. Yeah, so I'll
Hey,
keep
Nana.
looking. Now, this was an interesting article that Mars got up on the screen at the moment. You can read this and look into it, all different things.
Yep, disappearance of 3-year-old Lina, a hard case to crack. Child abductors.
Yeah.
Um,
You going to read it?
do you want to read it?
Well, you have to make it a little bit bigger unless I pull it up myself. If you put it in.
Come on, get the magnifying glass out.
These are, that's big enough. That's all you had to do. I can read that.
Hey, my elderly cats.
Hey, sweetheart. Okay. Now, the first part of this is confusing because when I read this at first, I thought, what's this got to do with Lena? So bear with me. He exposed himself to an M preteen and teenage girls. He was convicted of indecency in 1988, 1993, and 1995. He was put on probation for the first two times and was sentenced to 8 years in prison for the last bundle of cases. Gary Dale Cox was a serial kidnapper who took his own life near Kerrville as police closed in on him 2 decades ago. People with criminal records similar to his could be among these under scrutiny in the investigation into the disappearance of 3-year-old Lina Sardar Khil, who has been missing since December 20. Retired investigators say it is very unlikely Lina wandered off from the apartment complex where she lived with her family in the medical center area. They say investigators working the case might have to re examine the interviews and information collected so far, delve into tips that previously seemed. Could you move up, please, Ma? Far fetched, and look at SOs or convicts who have a history of targeting children. Others say police also may have to look at cases that seemingly have nothing to do with the children. Ma, you're going to make me sick. It's
Hang on
burglary.
one second. I have no idea where you're reading. Where are you Okay, here we
I'm
go.
up.
Under police.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay, one sec. Sorry about that.
it's all right. Um, Lina Sadakil. Oh, sorry, that says Riaz. Riaz Sadakil is in the center of the photo below, and volunteers search for his daughter, 3-year-old Lina, who disappeared 3 weeks ago from a playground in a family's apartment. Now, if Mark would move down, it just shows this is when they went diving in the lakes. Move up a little bit,
Okay, so
please.
wait, let's remember why they went to the lake behind by the storage place, public storage, and behind that oil change car place because somebody saw somebody out there at night with a flashlight.
Correct. That is 100% correct. So they went on a tip, and that just says about the FBI searches on January 5th for missing 3-year-old Lina Sardar along a greenway near the corner of Babcock and
Hmm.
Hubner roads.
And that
About
was
2 miles.
where. Sorry, go ahead, Cass.
Oh, I was just saying that's about 2 miles away from where the apartments are.
Yeah, that's where her father was outside praying in the parking lot.
Yeah, that was so sad. So sad. Could you move up, please? Yeah, and that's on the edge of the pond.
Wait, why are these two all? If he's supposed to be the translator, why are they always together? Pamela, are you sleeping with Luong Mangao? Are you guys having an affair? Why are you two always together? It's the weirdest combination that I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
It's just so bizarre that it gives me like weird, eerie, like creepy feelings.
And that's just giving a description of what was going on. Where volunteers were looking under bridges in January. So, okay, thank you. It's a hard case, it really is, said retired FBI Special Agent Nancy Fisher, whose duties include serving in the San Antonio squad that investigates crimes against children. Fisher said she has no inside information about the San Antonio Police Department investigation into Lina's disappearance or about how the FBI is helping. Searches in a creek 2 miles from a family's home and more than an hour away in Fredericksburg, prompted by undisclosed tips, have yielded no breakthroughs. SAPD says it's actively searching for Lina, but has stopped short of saying she was abducted in a tweet. Police Chief William McManus, SAPD, said, SAPD continues to work with the FBI to find Lina, who went missing on December 20. The investigation is ongoing, and please report info no matter how insignificant you may think it is, which is great, Police Chief William McManus, except why haven't you got, why doesn't the FBI receptionist know about this? This is crazy. Anyway, I digress.
And we're talking about a call center FBI girl who didn't know in San Antonio.
Exactly. Didn't know anything about Lina, which is really sad.
I'm telling you guys, when I was trying to explain the case to her and she kept asking me these questions because she didn't know about the Lena case, I thought, this woman is going to send people here to lock me up.
Yeah, yeah, because if, I heard what you were saying to her. I was in the background listening, and I was floored that you were having to go. You were trying to describe exactly what happened over a specific amount of time so she would understand what you're talking about. It's ludicrous. Ludicrous. Anyway.
It was ludicrous. I kept muting the phone and saying to Kaz and Karma, I was like, I mean, is there like a hidden camera? Like, is this for real right now? Like, I couldn't
Yeah,
believe it. I was
no,
mind blown how I had to explain who Lina Sardar Khil was.
no, it's wrong on so many levels. So, where was I? Oh, yeah. Former San Antonio Police Chief Albert Ortiz, who also stressed he has no inside information on the case, said the investigation into a case like Lina's begin with a narrow focus. You start with family, neighbours, friends, and you kind of expand that circle, said Ortiz, who has served as an expert witness on police practices and procedures. Internally, you can also expand the sphere of influence within the investigation. You ask other detectives, can you take a look at this? Perhaps a detective who has more experience might take a look at it from a different perspective. At this stage, a priority of investigators is to determine whether there is indeed a perpetrator, and if so, whether the person was a don't start. That's your fault because you highlighted that and I couldn't see the end of the letters.
You're a perpetrator with perpetration. I like that.
Thank you. Oh, crikey. Um, now you throw me. Whether the person was a stranger to Lina, Fisher said. Officers may also contact other law enforcement agencies searching for missing children or adults to see if there are any similarities, Fisher said. Law enforcement will look at registered SOs or convicts who have had contact with children in the past, said Alan. They're really putting good words into the Navasti, Executive Director of the Missing Children section of the National Center of Missing and Exploited Children. I know that website very well. His
Monkey can
organization is
jump in here and say, I will be calling this Allen man as soon as this live is over and giving him who I feel the perpetrator is.
good idea. His organization is supporting SAPD in Lina's case, which is awesome. Okay, could you move down, please, Mark? That's a beautiful photo of our girl.
Look at her. Look at how beautiful she is. And she's got a little freckle right by her little eye that I just noticed.
The San Antonio Police Department cases like burglaries, which ones do not appear to be to steal something but to attack or target someone, Ortiz said. So he's referring to people who commit burglaries but don't actually steal anything, they're just going there to suss out something. Lina was last seen, as we know, at 9400 block of Fredericksburg Road in San Antonio between 4:30 p.m. and 5:10 p.m. on December 20 at the playground in Villas del Cabo apartment complex. We all already know about the family of refugees, and we know that the reward now is up to a staggering
That's right,
$250,000.
Pamela. And you're not getting a dime of it. Hey, Matt, you creeper.
Fisher summarizes that at this stage, the investigation may have been scaled down to handle down to a handful of officers or detectives. They they likely will take a step back and look at interviews, information, and leads already explored to see if anything was overlooked. Tips that have previously been deemed unreliable will likely now be pursued.
Now, this reminds me that not only do we have to reach out to this man, but we have to also maybe give him all the other tips that were found that were sent in to Pamela that Pamela claims Shannon took care of everything. We guys, I will play the text messages again. Should I play the text messages after this article?
Yes.
Because Shannon is a thief and a crook just like you, Pamela. So why in the world would we trust her? Get out of here, Pamela.
And why did she
Tough
send them?
titty, said the kitty, but the milk is still good.
That's right.
I mean, she should have not.
Keep on,
She should
continue
have
to read this.
assured.
I'm gonna fire up that video that we can watch again regarding how her friend Shannon, and then we'll show Shannon's record one more time. Pamela,
Okay,
we are not gonna stop just because we're quiet for 2 days. I'm sitting back with my little eyeballs watching you all like a hawk.
she is.
I might be sitting in the tree across the street from your little ranch.
You make sure you sling yourself in well then. All right, there are multiple layers to an investigation, and you peel them back until you plateau, and then you go back and ask, what did we miss? Fisher said. Orts said staffing limits and a backlog of cases could force detectives to prioritize. In police work, there is, I can't see the rest of it, Mark. Could you move it up, please? Multitask, Mark, please. I can't read the rest of it. No, I can read. I just need
Do
you.
you guys hear somebody talking? Oh, Kaz, hang on.
Oh, you cheeky monkey. All right. Ortiz said staffing limits and backlog of cases could force detectives to prioritize. In police work, there are long-standing theory that chances of solving a case, such as homicides, are cut in half if detectives don't get a viable lead within the first 48 hours. Well, that's a well-known fact. First 48 hours are critical. You've got 7 or 8 new cases coming in, and you've got to nail down your evidence within the first 48 hours, Ortiz said. You're juggling a lot of balls. The ones that are going to fall first are the old ones. Oh, sorry. Oh.
Hey, Merrick. Hey, Shredder. Did you hear what she said? The little guy's juggling a lot of balls. That right there is hilarious.
Okay, you can move up now, Mark, please.
There's Nor.
Yes.
There's Riaz. There's the translator. There's the demon. And him again is the
He's a
pastor.
direct. No, he's a director of
That's right.
Pamela's organisation.
That's right. The director. We haven't looked him up yet, have we?
No,
I think we should.
not yet.
I think we should. We're looking you up too, buddy. You just wait. You're next.
This is Jessica Phelps. Ortiz oversaw the SAPD homicide unit during two high-profile murder cases that began as missing persons or abduction cases. The victims were Heidi Cian and Erica Botola, Cian 11 and 7, respectively, disappeared from different parts of the city in August 1990, and their bodies were later found that month. The killings have never been solved. That's sad. Ortiz said detectives worked the cases hard and exhausted all leads, but eventually had to move on to other cases. Nanavati said that in child abduction cases, only about 1% involve a perpetrator unknown to the child. Retired Agent Fisher recalled one of these rare cases. Oh, they're really doing it to me today. MonkieMar Augustine was 9 when she was abducted in San Antonio in March 2001 while she was playing near her family's north side apartment. Sounds familiar. After a massive air and land search, Augustine was dropped off in front of the apartment 5 days later by a kidnapper.
Can you
Well,
imagine?
I wish that would happen
Wait a
with
second.
Lina.
Wait a second. Wait, doesn't that you know what bell just went off in my head with that?
What?
Riaz said the same exact thing. Drop her off at my front door.
Mm-hmm. You did say that.
Why is that bothering me right now?
Well,
Okay.
all I can say is it can't be the same person because Gary Dale Cox.
No, no, no.
Um,
I'm not saying it has anything to do with Gary. I know he's dead. I already pulled him up to show you guys who he is. But I'm saying the whole thing. When have you ever heard of somebody kidnapping a child and dropping that child in front of the apartment 5 days later? Riaz's interview when they came in and spoke with the wife, Zamina, he said, just drop, even Zamina said it, the mom, just drop her off at the apartment. No questions asked. We will not come for you. We will not whatever. It's just weird how this article that somebody actually did drop a kid off at the front door after
mm,
kidnapping the baby. Just weird that he said those words.
true, true.
Just I pick up on little shit like that.
You do.
There is no coincidence. There is a reason behind everything.
All right. That particular abductor, it was Gary Dale Cox, and he ended his life in May 2001 as he knew that police were closing in. He had another kidnapping victim with him at the time, 11-year-old Lee Henry from Houston. The girl was rescued when Ken County Sheriff's Department deputies found Cox. Investigators said Cox was also suspected in the kidnapping of Lisa Bruns, 11, who was abducted in Cedar, LA. The abductor held Bruna and Augustine for several days, then released them, and there was evidence he used tape or other means to restrain them. Investigators suspected Cox carried out additional abductions. Fisher said police used descriptions and other information provided by the girls, along with the diary one of the girls kept on a store receipt, to develop Cox as a suspect. Also crucial to finding Cox was a fort, I can't read that, fortuitous, fortuitous unplanned trip by Kerr County deputy.
It's very long. It's very weird when Kaz gets tongue tied. But basically, we don't have to go through this whole article.
No, they're
But
virtually showing the similarities between. Ah, well, there you
oh,
go.
what
That
a
answers the
beautiful
question.
picture!
I've seen those balloons in a picture.
Oh my gosh! I guess the creeper took this picture too. Let me save this. I love this picture. It's beautiful. Siblings sit with balloons at a birthday party for Lina. Lina, who has been missing for 2 months, would have turned 4, February 20th. Isn't that weird too that she was taken on the 20th?
Yeah,
So in the meantime, this part right here is important.
yeah.
Nana
In
Batty
the
said, "Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead."
no, you read it for a
No, no,
change.
no. You
In the meantime, Nanavati said the National Centre for Missing and Endangered Children will keep Lina's case in the limelight through digital ads, social media, and other means. The public will help for as long as it's kept in the public eye. And then, of course, never forget, yeah, like Nana says, never forget, keep getting a name up there. Because there doesn't seem to be very many people doing it, which is sad.
and here is Gary Dale. I mean, he's really scary looking. 2001, long time ago. He was just basically breaking down about the kids that went missing there, but it's just weird that this guy actually brought one home to the front door.
Mm.
Okay, let's watch the text messages and we'll figure out what we'll wrap it up with. But that's what we're gonna wrap it up with. And I'm gonna call the man that wrote that article and tell him about all everything that even that Chisme said. Look at all the information that Chisme supposedly sent to Pam, and let's see Pam tell us where this intel's going to her cricket
Exactly.
friend. Her cricket friend.
I mean, it should have gone direct to either SAPD or the FBI
Here
or
we
the
go.
TBI.
Hang on. So these messages were sent from Pam after our lives started breaking, and basically she says,
Isn't that impeding an investigation if you hold on to information and not pass it over?
well, that's why we're going to call the retired that just was in that article and find out what he has to say about this because she's sending her information right here. And then there's no response about any information sent, but Pamela Allen comes back with my video and she says, "Really?" She said she's not going to expose your children yet. And then the one that's giving the clues says, "You have an extensive criminal history and it all doesn't make sense. You should not be running a nonprofit organization, especially working with kids. Not even nurses, foster parents, or daycare workers can have a record like yours. That is wrong." So, sending people to my mother's home. We never mentioned her mother's home. I mentioned a home, but obviously Pamela doxed her own mother. But I still never mentioned the address, and I won't. I have nothing to do with that. I am hearing all about you now. Why is all this coming out? You should be honest and tell people about your record. You should not have had a 501c3, is what I do know, and you hid all my info from authorities and the parents. Why? Oh, honey, all your stuff was sent. Even gets sent, all of it. Everything gets sent. She says, when? Because I asked about it. They have nothing. Why not show the dad the backpack, the shoe, the stain? When you sent it, I took screenshots and sent it. Aaron is the head investigator. Shannon is the one who takes my information. There is so much of it. Shannon, your little sidekick, Director Martinez, with the rap record like yours and the other failed nonprofit organization? Okay. She says, why did you try to take credit for it? I don't take credit for any of it. I send them in to Frank Trevino because he is experienced. You even asked me how I felt about psychics. I told you I wasn't comfortable with that, but did what you asked me to do. I sent it forward. I would not take credit for anything like that. SAPD and BCSO have your information now. She says, my findings. Did you tell them I found those items? Did you tell law enforcement not to pay attention to me? I was searching most days, boots on the ground, physically finding items. Then I followed psychic leads. That is what led us to your background. Why did you stop other searchers? I gave it to the mayor and sergeant already. I felt bad that you were putting in all that work, Pam says. You sat down during the search and I was worried about you. I didn't put in that kind of work you did. I gave it all to them. Why feel bad? You should have encouraged us. Why didn't you ask me if I was okay, if you felt bad for me? Pam says, I turned and asked, as you were sitting, if you were okay. I had to yell because you were further behind. You waved at me. I believed that you were okay once you waved. I didn't stop anyone from coming with us. Frank was in charge of almost all the searches. We'll be getting a hold of Frank too. What about your criminal background? You should go ahead and tell the people about it now and apologize. They would be more understanding hearing it straight from you. I have told people about it. I just don't tell everyone I meet about it. The people who are important are the ones that know. That incident does not define me. It happened over 15 years ago. I have already advised law enforcement about it. Bullshit. There are multiple records. Yep. Then you should not be running a nonprofit organization. That is not legal. She completely bypasses that question and says, and now my children? I don't know anything about that. Pam says, actually, I went over that with the lawyer. That had no bearing on me running a nonprofit. Again, does not define me. You were in the show with them going to my mother's home. Now my children. We never went near your children. I know who your children are, but we never went there. Lord have mercy. My mother is dying of leukemia. I hope you sleep well knowing you have contributed to this. I was telling them exactly what my experience was with you. What they say or do has no bearing on me, as you say. She has invited you on her show. I am an observer now and not liking what I see. I will always tell the truth no matter what. I know you sleep well knowing what you have done. We know your aliases, etc. Married 3 times, I guess that disqualifies me too.
No, it doesn't disqualify her. Um, just the things that she did. And I can't believe in a million years a credible lawyer would say to her, oh, don't worry about your past, criminal convictions. It'll be right, mate. No,
I don't
don't believe
care
it.
if it's 15 years ago. Now we're going to show you. We're going to refresh you on her sidekick Shannon, the director of her company that's taking all the clues.
Exactly, Matt. Since when do searchers have direct communication with investigators?
Exactly. Right off of the county clerk of district.
Tough titty, said the kitty, but the milk is
And
still
we're not
good.
even going to go through it. This is the one taking the clues. This is her sidekick. You can't make this up. There's too many coincidences, and it's not a coincidence any longer. Here we go. She's got 2 of them. The same thing as Pamela, her Betty, theft, check, and forgery, which doesn't matter how small it is. You're running a nonprofit that closed, and we'll show you that in a second. A cause for a cause. And she also has a charge for bodily harm on a family member. Okay, and we can just keep going. Bond set, released from jail, another jailbird. Yep, another jailbird. And let's pull up her nonprofit organization that went to crap
For exactly the same reasons as
on IRS. I'm going to inform you that's where we're pulling up the form. A cause for a cause. And I hate repeating myself, but Pam, we're not stopping. We're still here. And now I'm going to start calling everybody else. I've already reached out to the man that you're trying to set to be a pervert at the park, taking pictures of little girls. Pamela Allen, you should be ashamed of yourself. And I wonder if her husband knew about all this. Oh, what wrong page, guys. You know who you're dealing with. Cheap Media Productions.
yeah, and Nana, I agree with you. Sometimes people get involved to see what has happened in cases. Suspects are persons of
Yeah.
interest.
And we have been sitting on this property for way too long. So regardless of what happens, we're going to get someone there tomorrow to get eyes on it, look around a little bit. From what I'm hearing, though, this property is in Texas, but it's not in the two counties that we're concerned about. So that might have a little positive part on our side.
Yeah, it's not in Bear County.
So this is her company that was just went to crap just before Eagles flights opened, and just amazing that she's not only did her place go to crap. Now, where do you want me to go to find that thing?
Just down, it says revocation
There you go.
post.
Kaz, I don't know about this. This is your forte. This is what you did for a living.
Yeah. Um, what this virtually is on the IRS, it's saying that they've revoked her tax exemption and the not for profit status due to failure of lodging Form 990s for a period of 3 years or more. And that is exactly um, what Pamela Allen's situation is currently. Same thing, same
I mean,
deal. And this person is supposed to be Pamela Allen's Eagles flight registered
let
agent.
let
And
me
she
get
should
this
know
over.
better.
Let me find that paper where it's, and we'll end it with her being the actual. I can show you guys her picture from high school if you want to see it, Shannon's.
No, I prefer not.
I got it all, Shannon. Tough titty, said the kitty.
But the milk's still good.
But the best part is that her bio name, like her be nice, Mar, be nice. So here we go. This is how we found her. It's not a secret.
No,
There you go, Kaz.
yeah. Well, that shows. And another thing, I just want to reiterate, I have said it before, but for anybody that hasn't seen that particular live, under US law, it states
My
a
elderly cat goes meow.
it does state that you cannot become a director if you've got a criminal history. It's against the law.
And it doesn't
So,
matter. 5 years,
yeah,
10 years, 20 years.
yeah.
You beat up a family member, and you're writing bad checks, and you're running another nonprofit for children. For
Well, she's
children.
uh, well, Shannon Martinez
I
definitely
agree,
has.
baby cakes, 1000%. That's why we have been so
Oh yeah,
careful about this address. That's why we're not mentioning it, the name, the address, the city, and that's why we are going to try to get there tomorrow.
yeah, yeah.
With
Because she's
everything
very
that
good
we do,
friends
it's
with
going to be
certain.
video, and it's going to all be recorded right here on this channel.
Mhm. Yeah, she's got too many friends on the police force. Let's put it that way.
Bear County and San Antonio are just completely off the mix. You just can't even, there's nothing to do there. And even the PI told us to stop with them.
Yeah,
So that's the new news. So let's not try to blame this poor grandfather or probably 10 kids out there for being at a birthday party celebration with 100 other people. And because you happen to, oh, look it, there's a little girl standing in front of this guy who's videotaping Riaz talking. Oh, let's take a picture and say he's taking pictures of little girls. For someone to even think like that, Pamela, you are a sick and twisted woman. Call me, my phone number, my email. It's all right here. I'll put it out in chat right now. Hang on a second. Give me a call. It comes up in the chat. It's got the number, email. MonkieMar True Crime at Gmail. Pam, email me. I'll give you a call. You got too many
I
shit.
guess I guess we're gonna start categorizing all 50 plus older men as pedophiles now if they
Disgusting.
have a phone out.
yeah. Be careful, guys. Don't be around this
Disgusting.
person, otherwise she will accuse you.
Absolutely disgusting. Poor man there, just watching everything going on, trying to give support to a party, and then next thing you know, he's taking pictures of little girls. Like, why would you eat? Like, you know what? Karma's gonna get her. It's gonna. This is definitely gonna not gonna go her way.
No, it was going to backfire on a big time.
So that's the magic.
Karma is the future. Remember that.
So here's the
So,
question: can any of you guys ever remember if we could somehow find the video of Pam, or even somebody talking about how Pam showed up at Lina's front door? Would be fabulous.
yeah. So check all any saved videos that you've kept. You know, if you do happen to save them to watch later and you haven't watched it, can you please look?
Let me
Maybe
go
you can
see if
find something
Pamela has
we're
anything
not able to.
new on her TikTok. I haven't checked her TikTok recently. Last time I looked, she only had one video. Here's her page. Let's see what she's got. Oh, it's the same one. Let's watch it again just to see what a good person she is, and we will end it on this little video. One video still, guys. One video. I know you don't like me, Pamela. It's okay.
Us around for a day. First stop, organizing one of the several homeless pantries in San Antonio precinct. Next, a media interview to create awareness for missing Afghani girl.
Oh, that pisses me off every time. She has a name, Pamela. Her name is Lina. She's not a missing Afghani girl.
And it's Lina Sardar Khil, not Hill.
Yeah, Khil.
Khil.
Get it right.
Khil.
And finally, purchasing 700 pairs of shoes for low-income students. Donate or get following my boss around for
Let
a
me
day.
mute this. Her face. Watch her face, guys. Watch her facial expressions on this. They couldn't even put her name in the font. Look at her face right here. I can't stand this woman.
Yeah, exactly, Nana. Lena has a name. Use it,
It just
Pamela.
and not to mention the Facebook post of the day of Lena's visual. You know what, guys, keep your baby safe, stay vigilant. We're gonna end it on this one video of the day of Lena's visual with her at Trader Joe's, just to show again her character. Let me find it where she's all big staring at the screen. Oh, I have so many Facebook. Oh gosh, hang on one second.
Bring Lina home. Don't let nothing happen to her, because if something happens, we can almost guarantee who did it.
Here we go. Let me just get her. I don't know why she. Oh, guys, look. I'm sorry, but she's doesn't like me. Hey, human animal. But I have it on my channel. Pamela, I got the videos on my channel. She took down the Christmas video of her sitting in the truck at Trader Joe's talking about the visual, but not Lena's name. She took it down.
Well, when she took all Facebook down, it would take down any videos that were attached to her Facebook page. So
Yeah, but we watched it after that initial page was taken down. It's okay. I've got it on my channel.
no, we're not blocked, Nana. She's just totally closed down her whole Facebook page.
Oh, Nana, she closed everything down.
She deleted it, but what she doesn't understand is that your digital footprint is always there.
Yep. No, I'm not blocked, Nan. She closed everything down after we exposed her background, criminal history. That just screams guilt to me. It's like if you have nothing to hide, why are you shutting things down? Somebody's telling her to do it. It's probably the guy she's sleeping with, Luong Mangao. Luong, you can reach out to me too. I would love to talk to you. I want to know how long you and Pamela have been knocking the boots.
Oh my gosh.
All right, guys. So that's where we're at. We called the man we're gonna let him know what their plan is to him, and now we need to get a hold of the man from the article and give
Okay.
him the information. I'm just gonna send him the text message video
Yep.
and ask him what he thinks about this.
Exactly.
His response.
Alrighty then.
And guys, make sure you keep checking tomorrow. We are going to try to get to that house.
Yep.
So, and with that, I think that's it, guys.
Thank you again, Ma, for having me on panel.
Thank you, Kaz. You're always welcomed on panel.
Yes, thank you for inviting me again.
And thank you, everyone, for coming in. We love you so much. Stay vigilant, guys, and keep your babies safe. And let's light a candle for Lina. And
Have
Pamela,
a good night, everybody.
just bring Lina back. Stop playing your games, girl. We're not stopping. And now we're gonna start driving around the area. You'll know soon enough, Pamela, who we are in person. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye. Rude one at the bottom.